Hey friends, welcome to One Little Coder. In this video, we are going to see how to create a dumbbell chart using R. So this is how our dumbbell chart looks like. So this is primarily used when you want to represent two different data points in a given time period. So this can help you visualize that. And we are going to use a package called GG Charts by Thomas Neitman. So thanks to Thomas for making this package. So there are a lot of different ways you can do it, but GG chart actually makes it much easier. It's like an abstraction layer on top of ggplot for you to build a lot of cool things. To say that dumbbell chart is one of them, lollipop chart is one of them, but in this video we are going to focus only on dumbbell chart. So you can look at the documentation for this package and its function. If you do not have this package, please install it using install.packages GG charts. So it is available on current, you can get it. And for this particular tutorial we are going to also use another data set called Gapminder data set. This is available as a package by Jenny Bryan. So we have already used this package for a different video. So you can simply load Gapminder data set, and when you load the data set, there is a function called Gapminder. You can just assign it, and the data set is already available within this, so you can simply assign it. And this is a Gapminder data set looks like. The country name, continent name, year, life expectancy, population, GDP per capita. So there is a very popular Hans Rosling video on TED Talk if you have not seen about this data set. So if you have this thing installed, let's load GG chart and let's get straight away to start building a dumbbell chart. So first of all, for you to build the dumbbell chart, you need few things. For example, if you see this function, you can see that it takes data set, it takes X, which is in this case this part, and you have your Y1 and Y2. So your Y1 and Y2 are going to be one metric that differs in two different time frames. So Y1 should be 1 year or Y2 should be the other year. So but given the Gapminder data set doesn't look like that, so currently it is in long format, we have to make it wide format. So let's go ahead and do that. So what we can do is we can pick two time periods. Let's say we want to say 1997 and 2007. So those are the two time periods that we want, and then let's go ahead and make it. Gapminder filter year to time period, which is 1997 and 2007. So at this point we will have data set for two time periods, and let's pick only few countries. So let's pick let's pick some common European countries which is easy to name. So country in C of, let's say Germany, let's say France, let's say Poland, let's say Italy, and let's say what is the other country that we can pick? So let's pick some other country, Egypt. Let's pick let's pick some other country. Oh, I'm so bad with countries. Let's look at the country names. Let's pick Austria. Okay, so we have these countries now. So once we have these countries, you can have a look at how the data frame looks like actually. So this is how it looks like. But what we want is we want to pick one variable from this, and we want to make it wide. So in this case, what we can do is we can say we want to compare the life expectancy, or you can compare the GDP per capita. So let's do GDP per capita, and let's say let's filter it. So we want only select one of, we want country name, then we want GDP per capita, which is to say GDP per cap. GDP per cap, I think that's what they are calling it, GDP per cap. Yeah, so we want GDP per cap. So now at this point we want only these two columns. So we want only, oh sorry, we want year also, we want year and GDP per capita. Okay, so now this is ready. So now what we have to do is we have to convert this into a wide format, and the way we can do it is using a function called pivot longer. There is again lot of different ways, sorry, pivot wider, lot of different ways for us to do that, but in this case I'm slightly familiar with that. So names from which we want to convert, names from year, and values from GDP per cap. Okay, so now you can see that country 1997 2007, this is done. So our data is ready for us to do dumble chart. So now let's put a pipe, then say dumble chart. Data is ready, x is equal to our country, y1 is equal to 1997, sorry, I'll remove this, 1997, or y2 is equal to 2007. So let's make it. So as you can see, we have successfully made our first dumble chart. It's loading. Yeah, so you can see that you have Egypt here, you have Poland here, you see Italy, you see France, you see Germany, you see Austria. So it also helps you. So this function also has arguments, parameters for you to change the legend. So maybe you want to change the legend label, so rather than having it like that, you want to say legend label is equal to C of GDP per cap at 1997 comma GDP. So it's just for you to play with that at 2007. So argument 3 is empty. Okay, so you can see it hasn't gone well. Okay, yeah, so GDP per capita at 97 and GDP per capita at 2007. So this is done. And then let's say you don't want the plot to look like this, maybe you want to add a theme. So you can apply any ggplot theme on top of this theme minimal, you can do that. Or maybe you want to do few themes that the author himself has provided, but before that maybe we can add a few things to say that dumble chart, how to do dumble chart, maybe how to do dumble chart, subtitle using GG charts, caption data from Gapminder. So at this point you can see that you have filled a few things with the data set, and now let's add a theme. So plus theme underscore, you can see that these are all basic ggplot theme, but you can also see that GG charts theme is there. So we can pick, there is a theme called theme ng. So now you can see that there is a nice beautiful theme with the legends. So it's a clean theme that you want to share on social media or anything, or even if you want to add it to your documentation. So let's also add x is equal to GDP per capita. Oh sorry, I should be saying it is y is equal to GDP per capita. Yeah, so I think this is quite easy for anyone to create a dumble chart. So this package also lets us do a lot of different things, but since this video is primarily focused on dumble chart, I wanted to emphasize on dumble chart. So I hope this video was helpful for you in exploring a new chart using GG charts package. And if you have any feedback or comments, please let me know in the comment section. And until that, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much.